name is Joanne Perza. I have had a long life of many health conditions, lung issues, gut issues, use of antibiotics throughout my life, messed up the biome in my gut. Didn't know that before I came here. I would give my life to tell the world about this place. People need to know, they need to know that they don't have to live like they're living. Getting the gut healthy, understanding that there are sections in your bowel you don't want people to cut out. Your whole body should be whole and it can be cleaned out. It can be healthy, it can be fed, it can be strengthened. Gently, kindly, it can be healed. I'm very grateful to Living Waters for the clarity of thought, for my healthy lungs. About 4 months ago, I went through 3 months of coughing, choking when I swallow. The coughing had made my throat so raw that I could hardly talk without choking and coughing. I had valley fever as a child, and so my lungs had lots of scar tissue and problems that I didn't think I would ever overcome. I went for the 10-pack of colonics, and I have seen more improvement in those little bit of time that I took than I probably have in a lifetime, and I'm extremely grateful.
What were the symptoms you were having when you called me 2 weeks ago?
On my gut, I was having histamine reactions. If I really didn't know what thing it was I was going to be eating next, that I would swell out so bad my ribs would pop out of place. I was having severe problems with food allergies that were like they cut the hay by the house and I would just blow up with allergies. I was having to take Benadryl a lot. I'm excited to see what the next few months are like. How are foods gonna be healing and how will my body respond? But this last week, different experience all the way around. First off, I've been able to do some educating my mind and my heart about what food does and how it heals and what foods to decide not to use in my body. And so
You called me after the first colonic. Do you remember what you said?
the fog lifted. I could think for the first time. I had a very important phone call I needed to make for my husband. If you'd asked me a week prior to that, if I could call and make that phone call, I would not have been able to. First off, because I was coughing so much. But secondly, I couldn't gather my thoughts. I didn't have the clarity of mind to even be able to communicate that. I've had concussions, and I thought it was only that I was dealing with. I thought that the hit to the noggin was my biggest problem. It turns out my gut was playing havoc too. And I'm really starting to realize that if the gut is in a good, healthy place, then everything else has a chance. If it can absorb the nutrients, because the garbage is out of the way. If you're not being a host to parasites and candida, and I was telling one of your girls, I went home for the weekend. I've been staying at my daughter's, so I didn't have to travel so far away. I went home and held my husband's hands with our hands interlocking. For the first time in years, it didn't hurt. He and I hugged. He goes, "Your hands don't hurt." I was a massage therapist, and because of the accidents and injuries, I couldn't do massage. I gave him a massage this weekend. My hands didn't hurt. Not anything like they did before. It gave me so much joy to be kind to him in a way I haven't for a couple of years. So when I look at the cost versus the payoff, no comparison. No comparison. Somebody thinks they don't have it, they don't have the funds, find a way. And if you talk to God, ask him, he'll open it up. You know what I'm saying? Just trust beyond ourselves, trust God. Like your wife has the sign, let go and let God. Trust him. I thought I did. Now I have a bigger view, greater perspective. So what am I? I'm like at day 8. No, Monday, day 9. See, clarity of thought. It's day 9.
You called me and you said, your husband said what about you this weekend when you called me on Saturday?
who took my wife or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's been saying it to a couple. Who is she? Do you remember what his phrase was though?
I got my wife back.
Oh, I got my wife back. Oh, he goes,
That's the wife I remember.
that's the wife I remember. Yeah, it was like having, and my response to my lung condition, okay, you have the little chart there, the reflexology looking chart of the colon. The day that we got to the lungs, I don't understand how this works. I just know it works. When that clearing started taking place, I realized that my little 12-year-old body that got valley fever, I recognized that I hated my lungs. I hated the mold that had invaded my body. And when I realized I hated my lungs, I went, oh, that's me. I can't hate me. I can forgive me. I can forgive my lungs. They were doing the best they could with what they had. I forgave the dang mold. That day was a total day of forgiving. It was the coolest thing. I recognized so many things in one moment. If there's chemicals on our planet, how the heck can there be balance in the soil? It's the same. The soil is the same as our body. If there's chemistry problems, because we're throwing Benadryl here and we're taking Advil and our body can't have the right biome growing any more than the earth can. So the yeast and the mold are going to be out of balance in the soil. Why isn't that true with us? You can't throw chemicals at it and make it better. But the probiotic idea does. That balances. I had so many learnings. Your girls would come in and talk to me. The one asked me if I was willing to let somebody learn from her and me. And I said, I trust you guys more than I do a gynecologist. That's pretty profound, isn't it? I told her, yeah, I'd be happy for another human being learning this stuff. In fact, I wouldn't mind learning myself at some point. But what a powerful thing. Peaceful, joyful environment. Plus, I know now how to use the biomap better. A tool I already had but didn't understand. Because of you guys, now I do. You didn't have to sell me anything on that, but you still helped me understand it. Gratitude, thank you guys. Thank you, Living Waters.